Um, or yeah, like, why would you say that thing to that person? Would I be able to give my daughter an explanation of, like, why I did the things that I did? And would she, like, say, oh, mom, like, that is totally something I would have done? Or, like, oh, wow, like, that's a really good way of doing it? Because I think when we put it up against what we would want to have repeated in our children or the people that watch us and look up to us, then it kind of challenges us to consider each decision that we make. And a lot of us, when we're in high school and college, we don't really think about it like that. We don't really think about who's watching us, and we don't really think about whether or not it's affecting other people or if we're influencing other people. And it's really hard because nobody's going to be really, as a 16, 17, 18-year-old thinking, like, what do my kids think about this? But I mean, and even if you don't even plan on having kids, there's people always around you watching. So what are you doing and why are you doing it? And is it something that you would tell a younger child in your life and they would look up to you and be like, wow, I think that's such a wise decision and I want to do that too. Don't worry. It's so hard doing that. Like, I fail at that all the time. Like, literally, my life is like this story of things that I feel like, oh man, like I totally should have done that differently. But that's okay. I mean, we'll all make mistakes, and God's just slowly teaching us day by day how to change those things. That's good. Anyway, so say you're in high school. This was my problem in high school, was that I always just felt like I was so useless because I wasn't out there doing what I wanted to do. I wasn't changing the world. Um, I wasn't traveling to different countries. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do or where I felt like I was, the things I thought I was good at. I felt like I was never filling those holes or those positions in anyone's lives. So I just felt like this is so pointless. Like, why should anyone go to school? Why should anyone go to high school or college if, like, God just wants us to share his love with the world? I was like, why don't we just have all these kids who know God, like, drop out of school and just go straight on, like, mission trips all the time? And so something really interesting that I learned, because now that I'm here in college and I look back at high school, is that education is a launching point for us to, like, have so many more open doors to do the things that we want to do. Um, and so just going back to having purpose and questioning what we're doing in life, in high school, don't waste that and don't think that it's something that isn't worth your time, because it is. I mean, you can't really go to college unless you go to high school. And of course, there are those geniuses out there who, awesome people, who, like, can skip like 20 grades and be like in college by the time they're two. But it's just important to realize that, like, in order to reach these places that you want to get in life, God designed a system to where we need to be under other people's authority for about 17, 18 years. And then after we've learned how to work with people, and after we've learned how to work with the world around us, and to work with a budget, and, to be healthy and to learn how to be on top of things and take care of other people, we had to go through these series of years that basically we learn a lot of those things in high school and in middle school and then even into college. Um, and in college, you really, like, that's kind of this second step to, like, getting closer to whatever your dream is or whatever it is you want to do. So for me, I don't actually even know exactly what I want to do, but I know that it has something to do with speaking to other people and studying the Bible. So, like, however that's supposed to work out, I guess. So I know, like, the first step is for me to come to a school that really examines and studies the Bible. And just because you don't know what you want to do, like, right now, doesn't mean that you can't start taking those small steps towards at least the things that you enjoy. So as a college student, a lot of times I get up at early hours of the morning to finish homework for a class at 7 o'clock. And I'm like, dude, why am I even doing this? Or, like, why am I here? Or, what am I doing? This is crazy. And God will just remind me that I have to take these necessary steps. I had to show that I can be diligent. I had to show that I can handle deadlines. I had to show that I can be responsible with money and with my own life and balancing relationships and work and all that stuff in order to like before God can move us to the next step, we have to accomplish this step and this level. And so it's just an encouragement to you that even though we might look around and feel like, why am I here? Like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I still in high school? Why am I in college? You know, why am I in middle school? Wherever you are. Maybe you're married and have 2 kids and you feel like you've still, like, done nothing with your life. Just remember, every part of our life is part of a stepping stone for God to get us closer to where He wants us to be. And that ultimate place He wants us to be is in a better relationship with Him. There's no place on planet Earth that you can go that goal can't be slowly worked towards. So you could be someone who has been divorced and has remarried, or someone who's single and not very content with that. You know, I totally understand. Like, there's so many different ways to view life and everything. And so I would just say, if you know that God's end goal is for you to be closer with Him and in a closer relationship with Him, and if you're both on the same page on that, then you're going to realize that your life is never without purpose. Like, every part of it has an area where you and God can be working closer towards that goal of you knowing Him better. Because honestly, you're never really going to be content, and you're never really going to kind of find where you work best in the kingdom of God, unless you understand the way God thinks and the way God works and the way He designed you. So that's just a little bit of encouragement for today and some thoughts. And I hope you guys are doing good. And Spokane just got really cold all of a sudden, like within the past 2 days. So, but that's cool because it's nice. I get to wear long sleeves now, which is fun. So anyway, just remember that you're important, and every area in your life, in each moment, is important because you're growing and you're learning. And don't feel bad if you don't feel like you're changing at all. I mean, it's okay. Like, sometimes it'll take years. Sometimes it'll take an entire lifetime. And then right before we get ready to go and God calls us back, then we're like, oh wait, there's some things I gotta get right. And that's okay. Everyone changes at different paces. So just do what you do and love other people while you're doing it, and seek help and advice, and just try and love life, because I think we forget that a lot. So anyway, have a good day, and thanks for watching. Bye!